Don't eat it, Ahsoka.
Oh.
Do it. Eat it.
He swallows
I put
it like
her in
dental
a
floss.
dress the other day. I went to
On
Petco
Twitch now.
to get her, pick up her food. And as soon as I walked in, they had all of the, because, you know, I guess it's the end of April, so they start putting all their Pride stuff out. And they have rainbow everything. And I love it. And so I had to buy her a rainbow dress. It just says be proud, which whatever. But it's got this big rainbow on it. And then the bottom of it's like huge tutu-y. But it fits on her like a vest. So it doesn't actually go all the way around. So she doesn't pee on it on the bottom. So it just kind of snaps on right here. But then she's like, poof. So she looked like this little 80s rock star. So I took the little neighbor girl and I got chalk. And we put like teal and pink chalk in her hair. So she looked like a little 80s pop star.
It's good work, Tiny Dog. Okay, welcome to session 48 of Iron Gods here on RPGMP3.com. Join us on the Twitter and the Discord. Join us at the Facebook. Join us at the Patreon. Give us all your money. Like us. Make these motherfuckers drink. Just interact, please. It's nice to talk to you.
You need friends.
No.
Look at
Yeah, oh, there you go. Cutest dog.
Wait, talking about Nick though, right? Or
Right. It's because it's his hat. It's his colander hat.
I mean, I'm the cutest everything, so like cutest dog, cutest cat.
Looks like you guys are in fucking trouble.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? Is someone getting trouble?
I'm just saying, there's at least 2 potential people in the.
Uh-oh. Did you guys cast a lot of shade at last night's H&H
Oh,
game?
three people.
I cast nothing.
No, they actually had a fight without anybody actually making them have a fight, and we called it pretty early because they were about to get neck deep into even more fights.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to get myself more in my box.
You're totally going spaz, man. You're like,
Yeah, all I'm seeing is the Queen Vic from EastEnders right now. Oh, there you are. There you gone. There you are. There's a chest. What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to adjust my camera.
That's a nipple, dude. Lots of nipples. I see your cockroach t-shirt.
see his cock,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, things showing off his cock?
Apparently.
About goddamn time.
You're gonna have to get him drunk first.
Nope. Apparently, you needed to be sober.
It's
You can't wield a weapon like that when you're drunk. It's against the law.
This is true.
That's why my axe is over here.
Right.
Things cock is so big you have to spell it COCKCK.
This is my weapon of choice.
Most of the
The
time.
lint wand.
I've got one of those. They actually work pretty well, except for I had to put arrows on it so I could remember which way to swipe it, because otherwise it just puts heads back on your clothes.
Mine has the little. Oh, you probably can't see it because. Oh.
No, yours have arrows. Yeah, mine have those, but I put them on there in Sharpie.
Ah. You know what? That seems like a really fun idea. I've got some gold Sharpie. With little gold arrows on there. Make it blink. Ooh, I can put some rhinestones on it. Been a while
So
since
we're.
Have you really
town of
got this much time?
Iadenveigh.
Get watching shit on your list, you big slacker.
I guess I need to start watching that stuff. Huh? Well, I'm planning to watch
That'll
Heartless
teach you
Slayer on Sunday.
Woo!
So yeah, sometime on Sunday. I'm not sure. What's a good time for you thing?
Almost any time, really.
For Hawk the Slayer.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I should be available pretty much all day. I just found out that because of that storm that's coming in, that the Scouts trip is getting cut a day short. So Isaac will be home on Sunday.
Ooh.
But I mean,
What kind of scout shit is that, dude?
Well, they're
during
not
rain, you do
doing
it during
that
snow.
kind of camp out. It's a cook. I think they're doing cooking or something like that. So they're just going over to the lake, but it's going to be like killer winds and all that stuff. And they were like, "Well, this isn't the one that we were prepared to do." So,
Gotcha.
they're not really going for all of their blizzard stuff right now. However, that doesn't mean that they can't. I can't remember what's the name of it. You're the scout guy, or more so than I am.
Scout guy.
The name of the badge where you have to camp, I think you have to be at least one night in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh, that's the polar bear. Right?
Yeah,
You have to
it's the
be
cute little
24 hours below
bear, and you
freezing.
hang it on your pocket. It's so cute.
It's 24 hours below, I think, below freezing temperatures.
Yeah, that one was, I think, probably easier. Well, no, I don't know. It probably is just fine here because we're right next to Donner.
We get it every other week at this place where I'm
Yeah,
at.
can I get it for living in Houston during the power outages?
Snowpocalypse.
You poor thing. That's just freaking crazy. My brother, not my, wow. So my son is not my brother.
This is a good thing.
But wait, are you sure?
No. Yes, I'm very sure. It's just wrong. Anyway, so blip that out, cut that from the podcast.
Nope.
No.
And it didn't happen.
But it
right
did.
there. All right. So, yeah, we're talking about storms in Houston.
So, would somebody like to do a recap of the previous session?
Yeah, who wants to do the recap? I mean, mine are always really shitty because I'm bad at remembering names and things like that. But for the most part, we just did a random encounter and we won!
We did
We had some-
two on our
we had
journeys
some
between
hot
Torch
dude.
and Iadenveigh.
We had some dude on the show, and then he flooded my DMs with dick pics.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's crazy.
No thing.
I'm
Yours,
so bummed I missed that.
your dick pics are fine. I'm used to those.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, they weren't as disturbing in the fact that they weren't his, and two, they were hanging on a wall.
Thing's dick is a work of art.
Man, I'm telling you, you've got that sense of humor which one's the one from Key and Peele that's doing all the horror stuff now?
That'd be Jordan Peele.
Yeah, and I mean, he already had kind of a dark sense of humor, like the dead puppies bit that they did on Key and Peele.
Oh God!
But the weird thing is that I thought about that. It's like where everybody talks about these horrible things where they're, I want to pinch your cheeks off and I just want to rip your leg, break it. And you talk about these very violent things you want to do to these adorable, defenseless creatures. And then, spoiler alert, muffles, if you have not seen the skit. That was long enough for people to muffle, right? Don't barf, dog!
It's a fucking skit. I don't think it...
A skit from a show that's off the air now, so.
Don't barf, dog.
There's another dog slumbers in the background. So, recap. I would volunteer, but I was not here. So I'm the one that needs a recap too.
We were walking, got attacked by trolls. We murdered them because we're better than they are.
Yeah.
And then we
try to think about what to do with the troll bodies.
But most of the suggestions were actually bad and evil, so we decided to just leave them.
Correct.
I think we buried them. Did Silas?
He buried the half corpse that we found in one of the bags the troll had, because it was presumably human.
Correct.
I remember he was digging a hole.
Yes, and we found some miscellaneous treasure, including 2 war crime grenades. I mean, bio grenades on the troll.
Yeah, that is a fucking war crime.
So, but that's okay. I can already cause disease if need be. So,
Well, we were talking off camera about using that as a potential way to come into town and be the saviors. Like if we have those off and
you were talking about using them to come into town and be a savior.
It was actually Buligup's idea. Truthfully, he's the one that said it. Then said, "Oh, Alexander, you could cure those, right? And then we would look like saviors if you were to start curing the plague."
No.
He just asked if I could cure it.
That is a
Well, that
fucking
was
lie.
Nick, not Buligup.
Yeah,
that was Nick, not Buligup.
that idea was not said in a French accent.
That's true.
That is
true.
My
I
idea.
misrepresented apparently.
My Buligup is a good character. Nick is a scumbag.
Stopped as we were looking on the town of Ayadenve. It came up almost a day early because we ran through a random Numerian time warp as Hal got tired of us farting around on random encounters.
That is exactly what he got.
Speaking of farts, we learned that Texas is powered by Hal's farts.
And terrorized.
Yes.
Of course. So, you are looking down on the town of Iadenveigh with its motte and bailey and its wooden wall and all of that shit, and you were figuring out how to approach this place.
I believe it's traditionally it's tradition to approach to the front gate and announce ourselves, but
right, that's probably what most normal people would do.
I mean, does Silas know protocol on these kind of things? It sounds like he's been here.
Yeah, what's the 411 on this town?
There are 2 gates into Iadenveigh. And there's also some kind of waterway running through one of the gates as well.
Is there, are they known for a guild or certain gangs? Like Scrapball was kind of known to us because
You know what you know. You've asked about Iadenveigh already. They almost exclusively worship Erastil, and they are a fairly agrarian society.
Not big on technology, big on nature.
Big on the nature, big on the farming.
So should I try to appear human-ish?
Yeah, you got to add a disguise. I recommend looking organic.
He recommends looking organic.
I would say so too.
Would Silas or somebody with a more trustworthy opinion recommend that?
You wouldn't.
Well, last time I tried this, you had me dress up as Gianna DiCarlo, and that didn't go so well.
Me? I do not recall this.
I do not wish you to hide who you truly are, but if you feel more comfortable just as a human around other humans, I would not dissuade you from that.
Yeah, I thought we would try to use we are traders from Torch, and that we might be able to offer an upgrade on their tools, maybe irrigation systems, farming equipment, not anything technological, but basically a sharper plow, those kinds of things. Think that would fly with their Amishness? I don't think they want particle weapons or, fat plasma grenades or anything like that, but they might want some good.
Or we could say we're just coming here to take in the sights or traveling through.
I for one would like to see their farmlands, see what their produce they have to offer.
Okay, well, and we are going to basically just kind of reconnoiter and check out areas where this thing might be buried. What's our plan for that? Just kind of ask around what's the old part that predates the town, or rumors?
Yes, rumors on battles a few hundred years ago, I'm guessing, because...
Oh, I thought it was longer than that, but... Okay.
Not soliciting information from people is not my strong suit. Well, factual information, like a library, sure. But...
So the plan is we go into town, eat and drink a lot, and talk to people. That sounds like a winning
The plan
plan.
is that we go into town and that we see where it goes from there. Okay, hold your horses.
All right.
However, if we do think that Alexander, do you think is the general idea that it may be better received if you have more of a disguise that makes you look more human than android?
Possibly. I hear they're not big on technology, and I am somewhat technology.
Hey,
Do you have a recommendation for?
hey, Hal, you know how you hate outside noises on the audio?
Is my sucking boba an outside noise?
Oh my God, it is incredibly loud.
I'm sorry. Let me just catch this last tapioca. And
I
I'll be
mean,
done
I'm
on
not
it.
stopping you,
Slurp it
but
real
I'm just
good.
letting you know. Like, you do you. It's your show.
I'm
But-
getting this last one ball, and I'm good. Hang on. Let me get this last one. Hold on.
Heard that before.
He's got this. He's got this vent.
Look at that suck power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's dead now, unfortunately. But it was
that's
good.
That's why Leah sticks around.
It's true. She can't get away because I can just suck her back.
That's what it is.
Like Kirby.
Oh,
Well,
man.
she does end up inside of you, so.
It's all about the balls.
Good Lord. Oh my gosh. So, yes. So, are we going?
Main
So,
entrance.
Whitney is now ready. So, Alexander, what do you propose that we do to help with that? Do you have like a disguise or something?
Yes, I can disguise myself as any other humanoid
Then
race
let's
if you
go.
want.
What would you like to try next then? Do you want to look like me?
I
You
can't.
would be so cute.
I can't exactly look like you, but the last time I tried to impersonate a female human, it did not pass well.
Okay, so I mean, you don't have to be a girl.
But you are the person that people react the best to out of the party, so probably a good template.
I thought that
It's
was
also
me.
true. I am convinced it has something to do with my asset.
Well, but that's true. In order for the magic to work properly, he would need the full body scan. So you'd have to drop trowel so that he gets everything anatomically correct.
Nice try. Okay, so Alexander, you do what you want to do, boo. All right. So you choose, and then shall we walk into town?
Sure, we don't have zombie dregs with us, so we're.
All right, let's go then.
No. Alexander, you do not have to change if you do not want to. You are allowed to be yourself.
All right, we're gonna look like
All
we're
right.
rather.
They'll figure it out eventually, anyways.
Yeah, like a little worse for wear. We'll kind of come in and looking like we're a little tired, which is probably not far from the truth. And we lost a horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will cast up prestidigitation and mending to make sure all my clothes are perfectly clean and tidy from the trail.
Good. Okay, you ride in. You're probably going to come in through the western gate of Iadenve because it is the closest to the north side, and that's where you're coming down from.
Do we have to sing a song or know a pledge here?
Oh, actually, it's actually called the North Gate because they've done that stupid shit with the map again, which drives me crazy. Why do they insist on doing this? Why? Why do they not understand that north is up and it should always be fucking up in a book? And when you build a fucking map, you can put it in any fucking way you want. Turn the bastard map and make north go up. It makes it so much fucking easier.
Unless you're from the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, like 10%, like 8% of the planets in the southern hemisphere, right?
Haven't you seen the Australia-centric maps? With the south at the top?
Yeah, look.
What the fuck just happened?
Everyone hiccuped.
Did somebody fuck around with Skype?
My
Not
Skype
I.
jumped to the front and Twitch went away on me. Huh.
What the hell just happened?
Oh, okay, there it is. I don't know, but Skype
Whoa.
just like leaped into the foreground on my
Did Wit vanish?
screen.
Yeah,
No, I'm here. Sorry. It's just all of a sudden I realized I had dog poop on my leg.
And it gets you,
Uh-oh.
the Black Void.
And there we go. Dog poop on her leg. All right, you approach the northern gate of Iadenve. It is a wooden gate. It is a large wooden gate.
And they have a palisade or some kind of wall going all the way around the city, huh? All right. Well, I'm assuming it's open. And are there guards checking everybody's
That's
belongings?
interesting because it's got one number on the map, and actually the description is an entirely separate number. It's like running the fucking world's largest dungeon all over again.
Woohoo! That was
All
a
right.
good game.
It is a heavy wooden gate leading into Iadenve from the heart of Numeria. It is currently unguarded, but it is closed. No, probably isn't closed because it's not sundown. There is a solid wooden pole supporting an impaled robot on the outside of the gate.
What kind of robot?
It looks like a gearsman.
Tatia leans over to the Alexander and says, I hope that wasn't one of your cousins, was it?
No, that would be a robot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that insensitive?
Don't you know the difference between a robot and an android?
I thought.
Oh, do they all look the same to you?
I thought this one had a flesh suit, you know.
Well, I think that Buligup probably we need to do a Woody check on him because he's like, oh, I like this place.
So it looks like the gearsman has been killed with spears and arrows and a variety of non-technical weaponry. Its legs are missing, and it is impaled solidly onto the post. A small sign attached to the bottom of the post says, "Technology not welcome."
Scuttle it for parts, Alexander.
Let's see, all technology hidden in my bag, except for me, I guess. Oh, do we appear to be being observed? Maybe I should put the hat on.
There's no one looking really that you can see. I mean, there are people kind of, you can hear the town itself is bustling on the inside. The gate is open, and you can see through into the town down the street. Right.
I will go human then.
Really just appearing human now. So if that's not 5, what the fuck is that?
With a dapper hat, too, based on the video feed.
Ouch.
Okay. So beyond the walls, you actually see a road passes through a significant... What is that clicking noise? Oh, you're riding your horse.
It's my horse.
You see
coconuts.
You see that beyond the wall, there's actually a significant amount of farmland encased, surrounded by the wall.
What do we notice about the crops in the farmland?
There's crops here. They're growing something.
Okay, that's it. Just general crops. Okay.
They're growing normal foodstuffs. Just behind the wall, there appears to be a large farm.
Hold on.
Hmm.
I got a 2. Do I know what they're growing?
I mean, it could be yogurt. They're probably growing yogurt.
Yogurt?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I'm missing something.
Okay.
You could go out there and make it Frogurt.
That's right.
All right.
So beyond the gate, there is a large farm. A large gnarled hedge separates the farm from the north road, but it is inside the walls of Ayadenve. You can see a number of young children are working in the fields, and helping men and women farm the land.
So everything seems to be generally okay then. Just normal working life on the farm?
Except for the farms inside a large palisade wall, yes.
Okay, so then we walk on inside, yes?
I'll cast up Detect Magic just to see if there's any, detection spells at the gate or something that might,
Okay, you cast a spell and there's nothing on the gate. Not at all.
Excellent.
Yeah, we don't know how they feel about magic.
Probably better than they feel about technology.
That's probably true.
Well, we didn't see a wizard on a bike, so that is a fair assumption.
So, as you continue down the path, just ahead of you, the path passes a tall tower that appears to be on top of a wooden foundation. Looks something like a watchtower.
Okay.
Does it appear to be manned?
There do appear to be some people on the watchtower, yes.
Now,
They
Isn't
seem
that
to be
like
kind
the
of huddled
stars?
against the wind, which seems to be pretty strong up there.
is there like a lot of them? Like, are they all along the watchtower, or
I'll wave to the watchtower people.
Yay! Please tell me he gets a bonus for that.
Really? Because if I give him a bonus for that, he's going to do it more.
yeah, you can't encourage me.
Yeah, that's not encouraged, right? Yeah.
So you realize at the top of the watchtower there is a bell, and there are 3 guardsmen at the top. A narrow staircase climbs the outside of the stone building. And then there's a wooden watchtower on top. So it looks like it was a wooden watchtower built partly on top of a stone tower.
Is there also an elevator just in case somebody needs to get up there and they're in a wheelchair?
No, it's just stairs.
That's very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Accessibility laws have not reached Iadenve at this point.
Gotcha. All right. So then, do y'all see anything suspicious about this? Or do we want to find a place to sit down and have a drink?
So no like greeting committee, nobody saying halt.
No,
What's your
there's no
business?
one. The people on the watchtower seem to look at you, but they don't seem to particularly come and interact with you. There's various people walking the streets now. As you come in, you appear to be coming in from the farmland into the town itself. The further you go towards the center, the more the ground seems to rise up a hill. So you say it was set around a hill in the center, on top of which there was a large building.
I would like to tip my robot helmet at all the people in the watchtower and people
Okay.
who walk by,
Mhm.
just to say hello to them.
There's a number of children that kind of stare at you. Most of the adults are just kind of skirting around you. You realize a lot of people, Alexander is getting a lot of attention, and some people are noticing other parts of technology that you're carrying on your person.
Thought we kind of covered up that, but
Like what? How?
I guess I am of the assumption that technology would be things like grenades and things like that, not swords. So things like my e-picks would be in my pack.
Mhm.
Polymer that would be in my pack. It wouldn't be visible.
Well, there's things
What?
like gravity clips attached to Buligup's glaive, and I mean there are things you have on display that are technological.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just speaking for myself.
I think it will be okay.
Apparently, Wit's now outside.
You said I'm getting a lot of attention.
No.
Is it like the attention I was getting from the Kellids?
Kind of, yeah. They just seem to be whispering and pointing. The kids are literally staring at you.
He does have his disguise on. I don't know if that matters.
I didn't think he put his disguise on in the end.
He said he was.
No, I put it back on. I said I was going to be human.
Oh.
Could I roll
not
to
welcome.
Oh, in that case, they're not looking at you.
I'm cleaning up poop.
No more than they would normally look at a stranger. So you're getting some eyeballs, but not particularly anything.
I will smile and wave.
Not in a creepy old man free candy kind of way, right?
No, exactly that way. So you come into town. There is a variety of buildings here. Most of them are dwellings, but there are some stores and people bustle around this place. The main street heads off to the west, and it is lined on both sides with many houses and many stores and many shops and the odd place here and there where people are buying food and trading things and going about their business. Most people stop and look at you as you ride your horses past.
Does it seem like anybody has a bag we could buy to put our things in so that we draw less attention to ourselves?
I have bags.
Flophouse, or at the worst, the stables where they'll let us.
So as you ride down the street with the stores and the businesses, you realize that there are...
She knows where the together mode is for Skype, but she doesn't know where the mute is.
Yeah, right. We can go to together mode and break everything, but we can't mute nothing. It's good. Hey, how's it going? He's a good woofer.
Oh, yes, he's a very good woofer. It's such a good woofer that it makes me sad because I want to leave him outside, but he just goes, it's insane.
He's a good woofer.
Oh, it's I want him to be a quieter woofer, but I also love him, and he's really good at his woofing. Yes, you are. You're so sweet. You're so loud.
So, the one thing you realize as you're riding down the street is there doesn't appear to be any inns here.
Huh.
That would be inconvenient. I believe it is traditional to stop at an inn and get a beverage after a long journey.
There are places...
Where do they expect us to go? I mean, are we going to make friends and going to someone's home? I feel like that's so impolite.
There are taverns, but there are no inns. There's no place to stay. There are places to drink, but nowhere to stay.
At the very least, let's go to a tavern, and we could talk about what we're going to do next.
Didn't somebody mention something like the High Home here? I seem to recall that.
Mm-hmm. That was mentioned.
Oh, back into my
notes. We can ask around for it. We can also actually do some shopping and replenish our supplies for food and all that, and kind of ask some of the shopkeepers.
About the place to stay.
If they have a market or
this whole street is stores.
Ah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We could also
exactly. If we want to, hey, look around. What is the item that we see on the street that is the most popular? I mean, are they selling like cool little trinkets? Is it wares? Do they have really neat butts? What do they have?
It's definitely wares, whatever the fuck that is.
All right.
They're mostly selling food items and like household items and work items.
Tatia is really in the mood for some fruit, so I'm gonna walk up to the nearest fruit vendor.
Okay.
Okay, and grab something and just ask them, "Hey, partner, do you know where a person might be able to get a place to sleep if they're passing through the area?"
What am I hearing?
You're hearing my dang dogs.
Okay. Just checking it wasn't Nick.
No, right now I apologize for the background noise. I'm the only person here at the house because my husband has picked up my son and went to drop off him for his scout camp out. So he's doing that right now. And so I am here watching the puppy and the dog and making sure that I can take her out like every 15 minutes on time with her teeny weeny bladder.
Nice.
Ditto and Ahsoka love to play. I don't know how much you could see from down there on the floor.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah. Oh, they're adorable. They're adorable. They are the best buds. But they do like this weird kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because Nick is a lot more squeaky when he masturbates. He doesn't growl.
I mean, you would know, Bill.
Exactly. I see the video. I've seen the videos. I thought it was sent to all of us.
That video exchange was just between you and Nick.
I feel so tricked.
There is an old man who is staffing the fruit stall. He just kind of glances at you and holds out his hand. One copper.
Absolutely. And so I reach into my bag and grab a copper piece and I hand it over to him.
And he just sits down on his chair and goes about his business.
Tatia, if we find out that some people in town may invite us into their home if we were to give some silver or even gold, it would be a win-win, right? We get a nice meal and a place to sleep, and they get some good money that they might not otherwise see if there's a lot of dwellings here.
I don't want to seem too pushy because I did ask, and he just asked for the copper piece and sent me a.
Not this guy. Just in general, we can ask.
We'll see him polite. I maybe. Do you want me to ask him?
There might be somebody that's offering to shack us up.
Or someplace we should report as new people in town. Interested in trade.
I think it sounds like the least amount of tension we draw to ourselves, the better. Not that that's necessarily easy to do, but it's at least not widespread.
Is there a vendor of meat on a stick?
That's a random encounter.
What?
Oh dear.
Chocolate salty balls? What?
Weaponized tis. Thank you.
What have we done? What did we do to her?
Now we get to save the town of Ayadenve and
from
That's
something.
True.
And I just thought you were going to talk about town shit today, but apparently not. Let me find that table. Let's see. Who would like to roll for the terror?
Whit rolled a 99 last time, and we got fucking phantasm murder balls and torture devices that fly.
All right, I've got the random encounter tables. Oh. Aaron says Bill has to roll.
All right. Okay.
So I think we rolled twice last time, right?
So
technically,
it's 2 100s, right?
You're technically on the Numerian Plains, so you may make rolls for me, and we'll see what happens.
Numerian Plains? This is a city. Oh, my goodness.
Well, yes, but it's on the Numerian Plains.
Gotcha. So it was a 2 die 100?
Yeah.
All right. So one is a 54.
Uh-huh.
And the other one is 26.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I do have those charts. I do have that book to have those charts. But I will not look.
Quick, look at them.
It's a Kellog's. They're trying to break into this town, too, the expansionist assholes.
Technically, agent.
Technically, agent. That would be so perfect. That would be so perfect. Magneto.
Super bizarre. Both of those are super bizarre.
Welcome to Numeria.
Yeah, right. Does that even move? I don't even think that moves.
At least we've leveled, and the chart doesn't really have adjustments by level, which is
it doesn't. Which is the problem you could have very much later on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. I might just actually mix that and go with something different. Okay, there is a woman staggering down the street. She kind of glances at you with glazed eyes and walks over. You're new in town, aren't you?
We have just stopped in. We are travelers.
Hello there. She puts her arm around Buligup.
Rizaba.
She smells.
I'm watching for pickpocketing.
She smells stale.
Pardon me, ma'am. I do not like for strangers to touch me. Please do not take offense to it, but I prefer it if you leave some space between us.
Are you saying not attractive?
No, not at all, ma'am. You are
It
very
sounds
beautiful.
like she's saying that. You realize that she's missing teeth and her breath is sweet?
I simply do not like to be touched by people I do not know.
Does she appear humanoid?
She does. She is human. She's human.
So I would kindly take a step back from you. Please take no offense. I have personal space issues.
Maybe this one here will talk to me. She puts her arm around Kiernan.
Oh, I'm not going to let her. I was saying I was watching her to see if she was trying to pickpocket him because I kind of know some of these games, right?
Okay, you can make me a perception check. You can tell. You can see her fingernails are black, and there's kind of she has like something caked around the corners of her mouth.
Sure.
Oh,
21.
A lot of people in town are kind of backing away. She also, if you notice, she has a number of packs and kind of pouches all around her.
does she kind of slosh as she moves? Like she's got a lot of fluids on her?
There's quite a few bottles hanging off her belt, now you mention it. And she seems to have like a variety of leather pouches, maybe the odd box hanging off her belt.
Oh, dear.
No, okay.
So why don't you just
know that I don't know things?
He's got this book, is what he's looking at. So, let me tell you what's going to happen, honey. You and me, we're going to find a quiet place, and we're going to party really hard.
I believe that our friend Kiernan is very big into partying.
I will make a voluntary will save to see if I can resist the offer.
Or we could just role play it out. You don't need a will save. It's up to your character.
I believe
I've got a quiet place down here. I just need a little money, and then we'll be set.
Tatia is suspicious and wants to know why she looks the way that she does and she's acting the way she does. What would I roll for that?
You can roll me profession alchemy.
Oh, I don't have profession alchemy, but I have craft alchemy.
Craft alchemy, good enough. So, big boy, you don't need your friends. You come with me. You look nice and rich, and all I need is 50 gold pieces, and we'll have a great party.
Yeah, 50 gold pieces seems a bit high for a woman of...
You say not worth it. That's providing the goods and the services, sir.
I believe my friend Kiernan here may want to negotiate, so...
Are you saying you're trying to haggle me down? I think my price is more than fair for what I'm offering.
What is it you are offering exactly? HJs, BJs, ZJs?
We're gonna party till we can't party no more.
Run out of fluids.
As I have often learned, what exactly do you mean by party? Sometimes people say, hey, do you party? They are inviting you to an orgy. Sometimes they say, hey, do you party? They want to do cocaine with you. Which type of party are we talking about?
Or take us around to the back and rob us.
All of them things, I think, probably, maybe.
So 15 craft alchemy probably doesn't give me a good...
Not really.
Too good of an idea what
she's carrying equipment that you would expect an alchemist to carry.
Well, I am not one for the... I do not generally go in for that type of thing, but I know my friend Kiernan here is a big heathen. He
Good
loves.
to hear. I have the perfect thing for you. You're really gonna like it. You are. It's gonna be really good.
Did my perception check? You never told me anything about it. You asked me to make one.
She doesn't appear to be trying to pick your pocket. She doesn't appear to be doing anything other than talking to you. She's just wobbly and trying to hold herself up a little bit. She has trouble focusing. Clearly she's on something and you've no idea what.
And she has a source nearby. If she's local.
So, I'm just going to, or Tatia is just going to push Kiernan away and just go, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Hey, bitch! He's mine! Leave him alone!
Hey, you do
He's
not need
coming
to
with
talk.
me!
You do not need to talk to my friend like that.
I tell you what, we're staying in town. If you,
No,
sober up a little bit, we could talk
You gotta
later.
come now. It's a one-time offer, or else it's gonna expire. You don't need her. I mean, look at her. Oh God, look at you. You just need me. Come on,
Madam, I believe
she starts to kind of pull on your arm and kind of
All right.
you down the western.
My arm and
Not your arm. She doesn't give
Kiernan's.
a fuck about you. Kiernan's arm.
No. She starts to pull on his arm, and so I go and punch. Tatia punches her in the face. Just whacks her real hard.
Oh dear.
Huh?
Make me an attack roll.
Attack roll.
Attack roll. Base attack bonus. Base attack bonus plus your, I guess your strength modifier.
Unless she's charisma on that.
I don't think she had. Does she have charisma to her attacks?
It could be strength or it could be dex because the fists, I believe, are a finesse weapon.
No, but yeah, but only if you have.
She could just click melee on the sheet.
Yeah, just click melee on the sheet.
9.
that's a crit.
Woof.
A 9 is definitely. Even flat-footed, she kind of staggers back. I didn't want to do this. Why are you fighting me?
Madam, I believe you are the one who would not take no for an answer.
It was him to talk, not you. Are you his mother?
I'm gonna do a sleight of hand to try to undo her belt so that she doesn't have access to start whipping out potions, and hopefully that distracts her.
We are now going into initiative, so
Great.
because Witch basically
Click your
attacked.
token first.
Witch attacked
after
the
how
person.
initiative. Sure enough.
Do you want a tactical combat map? Because I'll have to pull one up.
No,
Or are you happy with just
Theater of the
Theater of the Mind? That's so beautiful.
I don't mind the
Oh, I
theater.
clicked my token, but I rolled an 11.
I'm fast as
selected
fuck.
my token, but apparently it did not take for my.
What did you roll?
Or wait, it didn't even take my roll apparently. Oh, I clicked the perception. Never mind. 5.
That one was a 6. Nice.
Makes sense. We're just all kind of underestimating blowing this person off. Like,
I got
but then Wit surprises us by
attacking her for no real reason. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Hey,
Is
the
this
chaotic
how
good
we make a
oracle
reputation in this town.
I mean, it's a good way to start getting a reputation in this town.
Right, what's our scrap worth now?
Bitch wouldn't back down.
Bitch wouldn't back down. I like
It's
that.
rutabaga worth or something here.
Kiernan's got such a sick initiative bonus, but he rolled so low. Clearly, he's taken aback by women fighting over him.
Apparently.
Glad
Buligup.
this was
First
like
time for everything.
I actually didn't expect you to fight this lady, which seems a bit just like it's yeah.
Why didn't you expect us to fight somebody?
Sometimes.
I don't know. I guess I just thought you might want to talk your way into town, but clearly you don't.
No, well, not with this woman. There are
Well-
other options.
Hopefully they want fighty types in this town for some purpose, so
Right, you're about to prove you can beat up a drunken woman. It's really great. That's just perfect. Yes.
hopefully she's not a well thought of local.
I mean,
pretty sure they don't approve of the stuff she's drinking.
I mean, you're also the GM. We don't have to fight her. We could do something.
Technically speaking,
how do I choose what you do?
hold on.
Leader of the fist.
Literally, you were the only 4 things in this world that I have no say over.
How?
Yes.
Technically, she attacked us first by
Oh, are we going down the path of she assaulted me by touching my shoulder?
That's right.
No, she grabbed someone.
No means no, Hal.
Literally just tried to pull him down the path. That's just a little forceful. Everybody drinks.
She tried to sexually assault him.
Oh, really? That's right. She pulled him down by his penis.
Just saying. She
Just
put her
saying.
fucking hands on me, too.
Yeah, she did. She did. Okay, she reaches to her belt and drinks something.
Uh-oh.
Does she?
Yeah.
Well, the Gup's got like a 25.
How? Where?
I mean, how?
Well, I'm looking at this turn order.
Oh, hold on. Let me order. Yeah. Oh, you're faster than her. Apologies. Buligup.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're off the top of my turn sheet.
How dare you, sir?
Go ahead. What are you going to
Nice
do?
lady.
Thanks for
I-
the ride, lady.
I think that since there's a drunk woman who needs to be contained, I will throw my net on her.
Oh, you're going to net her.
Your polymer net.
Okay, polymer net it is. Go for it.
I thought he had a regular net.
No, it's like a polymer chain net thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
12
shit.
is that?
Oh,
That's a 33.
nice.
That's a critical.
You,
and
crit-
a critical
you
confirm.
critically netted her.
Yes.
Okay.
26 crit confirmed.
Okay, that hits her touch. You control the trailing rope, blah, 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 blah. So she's entangled in the net.
I think that hits most deities' touch AC, right?
I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. I mean, you have to be good with that. So you've entangled her in your net. What are you doing?
Buligup is into that domination kind of kink.
Is it possible for me to try to like take her down to the ground via the net?
No, you can control how she moves by using strength checks, but otherwise she's entangled. She can move. So your net has a rope attached, and at the length of the rope, you can control her movements if she tries to move away. But if she comes towards you, you have no control at all. It doesn't stop her moving, it just impedes her movement. She moves at half speed instead of full speed. And everyone drinks.
Cheers.
Thanks, Mary. Fury.
What else are you doing?
Can I stick like I want to stick the back end sort of my glaive to kind of keep her at bay.
What do you mean? Like the butt of your glaive?
Yeah.
So you're like poking her back?
Yeah.
Okay, you can kind of try to butt end her with your glaive. Just, I guess you're saying just kind of setting yourself in a defensive position.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't want to hurt her,
Right.
but she's being aggressive and she needs to be controlled.
I mean, you did punch her and tried to punch her in the face, but that's
Oh,
okay.
After she tried to drag somebody off.
Yeah. Okay, that was a level of
and,
escalation
consent
that
is a thing, yo.
Right, level of escalation. Okay. All good. Okay. Are you done?
Oui.
Okay. She reaches into her belt and drinks something off of it, and
Nice lady.
she physically bulks up. You see her body change. She grows at least a foot taller, and her arms get significantly more muscular.
Oh dear.
This is the Bane venom, right?
Can I identify what she drank?
You can make me
She
a
starts glowing.
spellcraft check,
Tell me.
Or a
you feel
knowledge
in
out-
charge.
or a craft alchemy check, or a knowledge arcana check. Any of those will work.
Let's see. What am I best at if I want to metagame this? We'll go spellcraft. 25.
She drank an alchemical mutagen.
She's mutating.
Well, she's an alchemist. For reports, she's an alchemist. She then kind of just pulls backwards against the. She pulls the rope taut. She kind of leans back into the net.
Hey, can I get some help holding that steel?
She's not really pulling away yet because she doesn't really have the action to do that, but she's definitely leaning back to pull it taut.
Well,
So
I mean, I can see that she's gotten larger and is like pulling.
She is.
You
also get the impression she's now quite strong. She is strong. You could feel the strength in the taut rope. All right, that would be Kiernan. There's a nice lady in a net who now is a bit bigger and hulkier looking than she was before.
Which now kind of ups the game. I was actually going to leave my weapons sheathed and call for the constabulary, but this changes things a little bit. So I am basically going to 5-foot step behind her, essentially, and move action, pull out one of my swords and stab her.
What?
Do you want to maybe try some dual damage?
Whoa!
What is that? Is it -4?
Yeah.
So,
That's. I don't know if I can do subdual with precision damage.
I don't think you can. I can check that though.
I mean, we can try not to murder someone in the middle of
yeah. So
You
Tatia
are literally in the middle of the market at this point.
And your point is?
I'm not with him.
Yeah, he's not with me.
Madam,
okay.
please calm down.
You can move round the back of her. I have no problem with that. That's relatively easy to do. She's in a net and relatively contained. I am trying to find the rules on subdual damage. So,
Rogue can make a sneak attack that does non-lethal damage instead of lethal. She cannot use a weapon that deals lethal damage to non-lethal or sneak attack, not even with the -4 penalty. Wait, actually,
You'd have to use a sap or something.
That's Reddit. That's not.
non-lethal damage represents harm to characters, blah, 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 blah. Certain attacks deal non-lethal damage, blah, 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 blah. Non-lethal damage with weapons that deal lethal damage. You can use a melee weapon that deals lethal damage to deal non-lethal damage, but instead you take a -4 penalty on the attack roll. Lethal damage with a weapon that deals non-lethal damage. Deduct the number of non-lethal damage. Staggered and unconscious. Healing non-lethal damage. I don't know. That's not helpful. That's all I already know. Let's try. There we go. Can you do a non-lethal sneak attack?
People are like saying they can.
You have learned
That's people.
To choose one weapon, you take no penalty to attack rolls when dealing non-lethal damage with that weapon. Once per day, if you score a critical with that weapon, you can... That's not helpful. Okay, sneak attack. No, because all I'm clear is anything. What are you asking? Does mock gadget trade over when the inability to use lethal damage for non-lethal, lethal weapon for non-lethal? So, how do you explain that a rogue can't deal sneak damage with a club, but can knock someone unconscious safely with a dagger? Long title, the prettiest guy. In the rules, it says when you hit a target.
You can make up your own fucking rules.
So they reach 0 hits. You can choose. Fair enough, but I'm
trying to use like the flat end or the pommel to hit her behind the head, right? Like that kind of thing. That's
right,
sort of
but how do you get precision damage from that?
Well, but that's like at the base of the skull.
Knowing where to hit?
Base of the nose, right? I know exactly where to hit her. But
That's
where the -4 comes in, right?
Are there mechanics for a non-lethal sneak attack? The default rules state that when you drop someone to 0, you can specify that you're at... This is D&D again, isn't it? I typed fucking Pathfinder in. Jesus Christ, why is it so difficult? Fucking stupid. Awful. Non-lethal sneak attack. That's what I want to know. Is it possible? Where's that mark of the dragon when you need him? I'm sure he could roll that rule right off the top of his head.
Go, internet, go.
Anybody else looking for this?
I am, obviously.
Sneak attack and non-lethal damage. La 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 la. The criminal's 1% of the all sneak damage was applied all at once. If that's not good enough. I don't know, actually. But there are specific rogue weapons that deal non-lethal damage.
Yeah,
but I
like
guess
the
that just
sap.
gets rid of the -4. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it says it removes a penalty. It doesn't turn. Yeah.
I don't know, actually. I do not know. I don't know whether you get sneak attack on non-lethal damage. I mean, it would be great if you did. Especially with a weapon that isn't designed to do non-lethal damage. I don't know whether that's...
Well, that's what the -4 is, right? You use the handle or the...
Okay, hold on.
I mean, she's got a net.
Hang on. With a weapon that deals non-lethal damage, a rogue can make a sneak attack that deals non-lethal damage instead of lethal damage. She cannot use a weapon that deals lethal damage to deal non-lethal damage in a sneak attack, not even with the usual -4 penalty.
Okay.
There you go. It's actually in sneak attack.
So if you go for non-lethal, you don't get sneak.
Oh, it does? Because, okay, because I saw
in
that.
the rules for sneak attack.
Brilliant. Okay.
So you can't do your precision damage unless the weapon allows you to do non-lethal damage, at which point you get non-lethal damage on your sneak, but you can't use a lethal weapon to sneak with non-lethal damage. You can still use your weapon to do non-lethal damage, you're just not going to get your sneak.
Sure.
Sorry about that. Took a minute.
And you probably have to suppress the acid to do non-lethal.
No, I don't have to turn it on. Right? It's not on constantly.
Isn't it?
Your hands constantly dripping acid.
Isn't it? I assumed it was.
No,
There's
it's
no- Is it an activated item? Because I don't think it is. It's constant, as far as I was aware.
unless I turn it off. No, you read the item. It
Does it have an off?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I read up on this here.
What is it?
Deliquescent gloves.
What kind of gloves? Deliquescent, right? Deliquescent gloves. Yeah. Fucking weird ass shit. You people. Can't just have normal stuff. Gloves deliquescent.
Mhm.
The wearer's touch attacks, blah, 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 blah. Again, the wearer's hand is protected from the acid. I just assumed it does every attack. This adds to it. There's no way to... As far as I'm aware, there is no way to turn that off. There is no suppression of this other than taking off the glove, as far as I'm aware.
See, I read this on the actual equipment. It looked like it said it.
The actual
You could turn
equipment.
it. You could turn it off with a move action.
The
I thought it
weapon
said.
enchantment, you can.
Oh yeah, you could turn off the corrosive weapon enchantment, but it isn't the corrosive weapon enchantment. Your touch attacks with the so the heavy glove ripples and flows, la 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 la. Wearer touch attacks with that hand deal acid damage. If the wearer uses that hand to wield a weapon, the weapon gains the corrosive weapon special ability. So maybe that can we turn off the corrosive weapon special ability?
Yeah.
So then maybe that's how it works.
All
Maybe
the
you can
special
turn
abilities turn off.
you can turn it off with the fact that it's the corrosive ability and not. So I would suggest that if you were using just your hands, there's no way to turn it off because it just literally gives you extra damage when you touch stuff. But as it's the corrosive weapon ability, then
Well, but that doesn't make sense to me because I'd be picking up apples and checking shit out in town, right? I'm not going to dissolve the apple in my hand, right?
Well, you are if you're wearing those gloves because that's what those gloves do.
That's what I thought I could turn off, but okay.
You can turn off the corrosive weapon ability. You cannot turn off the gloves. The whole point in them, right, is that they constantly...
Fine. I'm done debating. I'm just going to kill her. I'm done.
Okay.
Stabbing. She's changed.
No!
She's grown. She's attacking us. That's it. I'm done with her.
Did not attack you
Is she
yet.
attacking you? Okay, go for it.
Well, I'll actually ready an action.
What are you doing? Are you attacking her? Are you attacking her?
I'll ready an action to see if she's going to swing or attack us. I'm going to be like, oh, hold there, hold it. I just got one weapon out, but I'm like, I'll withhold for now. But if she goes to swing at one of my allies, I'm going to stab her.
Okay, so you're moving into place and readying an action.
Trying to talk her down. I don't know if that's
what are you saying?
It's like, oh, back down. We're not here to harm you. So we'll defend ourselves if we have to.
She seems to be a little disoriented and a little bit upset at being pushed around and attacked by you. I mean, Wit did actually swing at her face with her fist.
Yes.
That seems like more provocation.
Sure.
So, Tatia, it's you.
So does she seem upset, like sad, or like mad?
Honestly, it's hard to tell at this point. You actually look at her face and it's slightly distorted by her jaw seems larger. She just seems bigger. It's difficult to actually read her facial expression at this point.
I want to use my turn to talk to her. And Tatia will say, are you better now?
She's struggling against the net you have her in.
Yeah, she is.
And then I motion to the cat to go to the other side of her from me, so that
you have to command the cat to do that.
That's correct. So Tatia says, Nicodemus, go to the other side of her.
I think flank is the actual command you would use.
Flank! Okay, so you actually want me to use that word. I thought I'd flank, kitty, go.
Well, the point is you can't be sneaky with your animal companion, because your animal companion knows specific words. So if you're trying to kind of get him round the back sneakily, there's no way to do that.
No, it's not to be sneaky. It's just as the command to tell him to go over there and get.
Which is flank, which means that everybody knows what you're doing.
Yes.
That's the point.
If you could say it in Varisian or something, you could be trained for,
I mean, whatever language he's trained in, I mean, ultimately.
And it's hard to hide it, too, because it's a
Nicodemus,
giant cat.
All right.
There you go. So your cat goes around the back.
And I stand there and wait for a response. And if I hear nothing, then my turn is over.
You're not drawing a weapon. You're not doing anything like that.
Nope.
Okay. Alexander, it's you.
I have no interest in hurting this woman.
Really? Because you did a minute ago when you swung at her face.
Because I wanted her to get the fuck away from my friend.
A bad girl started.
I will try to solve this by casting a spell upon her.
Fireball?
Well, I could.
There are shops around.
Go for lightning bolt, but
you glance around and you realize that there are a lot of people around here just watching in massive surprise.
So deeper slumber.
Deeper slumber. 10 hit dice. I think that's probably enough. What does she have to roll?
DC 20 will save.
That's a lot.
That's the idea.
DC 20 will save. Yeah, depressing. What is her will? Has she got a good will? Probably not.
Not from her addicted state, I would guess, but...
I mean, she is a bit addicted, but she does actually have a reasonable will. Well, she has a positive will, which is better than no will. She succeeded. 20. She succeeds. She kind of shakes her head and glances at you. And she just seems a little more upset. That's got verbal components, yes? And
yes.
Somatic and material. She just looks at you with hatred in her eyes.
That did not work out optimally.
It's you. This is escalating badly. It's you. She's leaning. She's got the rope is taut, and she's really actually quite strong at this point.
And nobody wanted to help me hold this rope. That is.
Well, no, but all of your companions are around her, so you know they could wail on until she's dead.
Anybody here know this lady?
Everybody's just like backing away. They've no idea what's going on. There's like people pulling their children into stores, and there's the odd screaming. Looking down the street, you see a number of armed men running down the street towards you, but they are a little ways away.
Oh dear.
So I missed it. Did she actually succumb to the sleep?
No. She made her save.
She resisted it. Buligup, what you doing?
What can I do with my net?
You can control her movements, apparently, to stop her running away from you. You could drag her along, I suppose.
What's around me?
Shops, scared people, hard road, basically a packed earth road. Buildings.
Is there any sort of like hitching post or anything?
I mean, there's probably stuff like that. There's like fencing and parts of buildings you could probably hook her onto.
Okay, I want to try to maneuver her over to a hitching post or a pole or something. Or
Yeah, I mean, the signposts for stores, you could probably go with that. They're pretty sturdy looking. They're driven into the ground outside of most of the shops.
I would like to tie the net off onto that, so hopefully it is holding her and not.
So you're kind of moving around and tying off the net to a post.
Oui, that is
Okay.
what I would like to do.
Sounds good.
And then I ask her, please, madam, we mean no offense, but you were trying to drag off my friend. If you calm down, all of this can be handled.
Just glares. She's glaring mostly at Alexander at this point, and at Tatia.
No, look at me. Look at me, madam. We can talk about this.
She looks ever so slightly crazed.
How crazy are we talking?
She's really upset. I mean, she was upset when she came and talked to you, and then you literally attacked her, tangled her up in a net, and tried to cast a spell on her. She feels attacked and generally assaulted. What she thought she was doing wasn't necessarily bad in her mind because she was a bit whacked out of her head, but you get the impression that now she literally feels like you're attacking her in the middle of the street in her home city.
Hold on, because I need to make sure, though, Hal, you do understand that she attacked us first.
I understand that she was forcefully attempting to pull Kiernan away, yes, but it wasn't necessarily that she was making attack rolls to grapple him down the street. She was literally just pulling on his arm in a suggestive manner. Not to the point of dragging him away because he's a big boy. And then she dodged a punch to the face, got tangled up in a net, and somebody cast a spell at her. So that goes at level of escalation, went bam, 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 and now you're at this location where she basically hates you.
Oh, this will be fun then.
That's fine.
So, you know, if you're trying to calm her down, I'm more than happy for you to make me a diplomacy check.
I mean, I'll roll it. I will roll it.
Because it sounds like that's what you're attempting to do, is calm her down. I mean,
Yes.
you're laying out a good thing. You're like, madam, please, we don't want to fight you anymore.
Madam,
But then also there's a person near her that has a sword out towards her gizzards. And, you know, it's not a generally calm situation. So there's negatives to this.
Madam, we do not wish any ill will. I'm sure this is a misunderstanding. We just wanted to make sure that our friend was going to be okay. You started to pull on him. Unfortunately, in these troubling times, sometimes people try to drag you off with ill intentions. It just kind of got out of hand. We will gladly sit and talk.
19 isn't terrible. She seems
Pure 19.
She ever so slightly relaxes a bit. She still hates you. But so basically what you've done is you've slid her from pure absolute hatred to just a bit of hatred.
That is the Nick T. Vegan comfort zone.
Just a bit of hatred.
That's the entire state of Texas.
Now you just need to seduce her.
Right. That's the next step in Texas, right?
That's the other step in the Nick T. Vegan mating dance.
So, oh no, hold on. That's not actually right. You can't move her from there because you didn't get a big enough roll. Wow, that's a really hard
Everyone
DC.
drinks.
That's a really hard DC from Hostile. She remains hostile. My apologies. I should have looked up the DC beforehand.
Whoa.
Oh, unless she has a negative charisma, in which case you might have just a chance of succeeding, but I doubt it.
The picture for this person in the guide is lovely.
Stop looking up things. You. Looking at stats and things that you might be defensed against. I see you.
He's gonna change the rules on us if you look things up.
Little sneaker. All right. She's still hating you.
He's gonna drop like a mutant ice cream cone
But
out of
it
his
was a
tire.
solid attempt. She pulls at the net and attempts to escape it.
Unfortunately, spells are my form of diplomacy.
What does she need to get out of the net? Oh, that's a big strength check. She had escape.
Just get another everyone drinks.
Yes.
Losing track.
I called it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
It's going to be a straight strength check for her then. So let's see how it goes.
So it's attached to the post. I don't know if you...
Woo! She tries to pull and try to break out of the net. Oh, that's 43 and it should be. My apologies. That should be a 4, not a 43. She rolls a 15. She starts to kind of break a little bit out, but she's not capable of actually getting out yet. She's kind of struggling with the net and trying to get it off herself. She walks towards the post at the same time while she's trying to struggle her way out of the net.
You said she's walking towards the post?
That she's tied to, yes.
Okay.
With the intention, you suspect, of just untying herself. All right.
I tied it on the other side.
Kiernan, it's you. She literally just walks away from you towards the post, trying to escape from the net.
All right, so I'm going to put my weapon away, and I'm going to kind of interpose myself between her and the post, just to kind of calm her down. So I'm going to try to use like a bluff check to kind of go, whoa, we're not here to help. We're not here to hurt you. We're just here to, like, maybe we can get you some food and get some drinks so we can sit down and have a chat on what you want. I'm kind of trying to placate her and calm her down a little bit and kind of make her focus her attention on me rather than the other people around and even the net. It's kind of like get between her and the post. Did she grow like wolf size?
She's about a foot taller than she was when you first met her. Okay. It's mostly in the bulk of her shoulders and like the thickness of her neck and the length and strength in her arms.
Do drinks make Nick handstands?
So chat's asking if they buy Nick a drink, can they make him do a hand heart instead of having to drink?
Sure, why not?
Yay! Yes.
What can I make him do? I mean, I can just do a hand heart. Like I don't.
That's
adorable. Do a hand heart. Do it.
Is it gonna have your dick in the middle?
I'm kawaii as fuck, yo.
That's pretty cute, actually.
Oh my god, you are so anime right now. I recently discovered that I don't hate anime.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure we could find some anime you would hate.
I mean, probably, but the one that I'm watching right now is really adorable. So.
Is it Urotsukidoji?
Urotsukidoji! We should add that to her list.
No, we shouldn't.
Goodness.
I'm all in. Let's make like a subcategory.
That's what the demons say.
Gucci Gucci Goo.
It's so terrible. Urotsukidoji is bad.
Oh,
you should never watch it. There'll be parts of your brain you'll never get back.
Oh my god, no, that's perfect. That sounds like Thing that I
it's
want to MST3K the shit out of.
No, you don't need to
No.
watch Urotsukidoji.
Okay.
You do not.
Okay.
Watch Ninja Scroll first.
I have a lot of other stuff that
Ninja
I have
Scroll's
to watch before that anyway. So y'all make
There's a whole list of like 100. Stop watching anime and watch the goddamn list.
I'm gonna watch Haku Slayer on Sunday.
So we're standing around watching this lady untire herself,
she
or
literally ignores Kiernan, and she's literally focused on the post at this point.
Well, I don't get to do like a
What do you want
diplomacy or a bluff. I was trying to do a bluff to have her say, "Hey, let's go. We can have a drink. We can eat some food. We can talk about this."
to do?
That's what I was saying.
So the bluff there is you don't actually want to do that. Explain to me why this isn't diplomacy over bluff. Because if you're going, let's go get a drink, this will be all right, that smells like diplomacy, unless you're not actually intending to do that.
I guess I could do it. I wasn't necessarily intending to, but
okay, so
bluff is higher, so I was just trying to like use that.
I gotcha. I understand why you'd want to go with bluff. Is there a way to actually change someone's mood with bluff?
I mean, could you not use bluff instead of diplomacy if you were negotiating a treaty and you were just full of shit?
I mean, no, I don't think so. The idea, I think, is, hang on, you can use bluff and diplomacy together to make a request of a creature without it even realizing you've made the request. You can gradually coax the target into thinking a suggestion is entirely its own. That's the closest to moving its opinion of you to a different level.
I mean, we don't necessarily need to change her opinion.
Hang on. If you use bluff to fool someone, successfully check to convince the opponent, blah, 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 just blah, 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 blah. The following modifiers apply. So technically you could use deceive or lie in an attempt to do the diplomacy action influence attitude.
Okay.
Which seems to make sense to me. You're lying and attempting to deceive her that you're actually friendly and attempting to calm her down without actually having those intentions.
Bluff modifier if target is drunk or impaired.
Mm-hmm.
Me or her?
So I don't feel like she gets these modifiers because this is her constant state and she's an alchemist. So they are constantly drinking strange shit and dealing with that.
Sort of the drunken master, right?
Oh,
Default
I
state.
didn't know that. Out of game. In game.
So,
I guess I should have.
If you want to use bluff to influence her attitude, you can. She's still hostile to the party, so it isn't actually very easy to do this, but you can give it a shot.
I mean, she seemed to be predisposed towards me, so I'm trying to use that as my edge, and that's why I wanted to try to have her focus her attention on me only instead of panning around the group.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to give that a shot. I probably don't have much of a chance, but not such a good roll.
It literally ignores you and just continues to walk forward.
I'll do a free action to kind of, as she starts to go towards the post, a free action to raise my hands to those constables, kind of like, hurry!
They're coming. They're a little ways off, though.
Sounds like newcomers are harassing the town drunk again.
I basically just want to acknowledge that, I see them, they see me, and I'm kind of making a motion towards bringing them closer so as to not seem like we're the villains here.
Tatia, it's you.
Aren't we, though?
So Tatia notices, does Tatia notice that she is attempting to get out of the ropes and go towards the post that she is attached to?
Yes, you have eyes.
Thanks! So Tatia walks over to her and attempts to grab the rope. Is she successful?
I mean, the rope is basically attached to a post. Buligup tied it on there. So what are you trying to do? The post is in front of her. She is walking towards the post. The rope is between the post and her, and she is entangled in a net that is attached to the rope.
Tatia is attempting to grab the rope and help her out of it and go, if I take this off of you, will you calm down?
So you want to release her from the net as part of an action to attempt to calm her down.
Correct.
Okay. Now you can make me a diplomacy check.
Okay. And I also have enhanced diplomacy.
What does that do? That's a spell, right? You have to cast that first, though.
Yes. So.
I don't think is it a quick action?
+2 competence bonus on a single diplomacy or intimidate check.
Yeah, but what? Hang on. Oh, she's cast it. It's a standard action, so you'd have to take your action to cast it, and then your next action would be to do the diplomacy, or you can just do the diplomacy. Let's just do the diplomacy.
My diplomacy is pretty good. So Tatia does diplomacy and rolls a fucking 30!
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's actually good enough. Or not. Shit. Okay, so you there's just like shit floating around my screen at this point, isn't there? You little bastards figured out that I put the emoji wall over the top. She slightly calms down as you release her from the net. She is currently. She just like glares at you all, but she doesn't seem to attack you.
I yelled to the constables, "Hurry! She's looking like she's faint!" As I stab her in the back. No, I'm kidding.
All right, Alexander, it's you. She doesn't seem to be as aggressive as before.
Tatia, what is the call here?
What do you mean, Alexander?
Should I attack?
No. Wait.
Okay.
Absolutely. No, we wait. Okay. She's calmed down. She is not bothering us.
He lifts this giant, heavy haversack. Smash? Yes. Smash. No.
No, I take my hand. I take my hand off of my merciful rod.
You have a merciful rod?
Yes.
You can cast merciful fireballs?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And lightning bolt.
Merciful lightning bolt.
So merciful lightning bolt's like a taser, right? Merciful fireball could be like a concussion.
Oh like, no! I just imagine merciful as just being marshmallows all the time.
The form of the destroyer has been selected.
I cannot do merciful bone shatter though, because that's 4th level spell and it only does up to 3rd level.
And that would be
then
awful.
It's only marshmallow fluff.
We talked about that off camera. We said that merciful bone shatter would be like what happened to Harry Potter in the 2nd book, right?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Chili bones.
Alexander.
I will back up and give this lady some more space to extricate herself. And
okay. Buligup, what are you doing?
Since she has been freed from the net and she seems to have calmed down, I will, I guess, gather my net back up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're gathering your net. She just seems to stop. She just seems to be she leans against the post and just looks really upset. At which point, unless somebody wants to do anything else, the rest of the constables arrive, the town watch. They are mostly armed with bows. There are a couple of them that have swords drawn, and they just come in and just push everybody backwards from each other. Get back!
I'll let them, I back up.
What's going on here? You come into town literally 3 minutes ago. What are you doing?
Yes, this woman, she propositioned our friend Kiernan, and then she tried to drag him down the street, and he did not want to go. We told her to leave us alone. She would not. She tried to drag him away.
It's true, Constable.
Mm-hmm. You see, several of the other constables are speaking with the shopkeepers.
Unfortunately, when she would not let go of our friend, we told her to let go. And she would not let go and kept pulling. Things got physical. But as you can see, no harm was done to her person. We just restrained her so that she could not attack us, and we would not be forced to defend ourselves.
And thanks to our grippli friend here, who are well versed in nets, was able to hold her down. She drank something on her belt that turned her into that. I mean, she was like a frail woman at one point, but then she got angry and drank something on her belt. I don't know what all those clanging bottles are, but did that to her.
She's an alchemist. You've been living under a rock.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what's in those bottles. Do you?
Alchemy things.
Yeah, and how many of those might blow up this shop? I think that she's carrying dangerous contraband. Maybe you should look into that, and I'm sure you'd get a commendation.
Oh, be quiet. We don't want your kind here.
Oh, but you want her kind here that attacks people in the streets?
She lives here.
What do you mean by your kind? You attack people who live by rocks. You say your kind.
New people. People come in and causing problems here. You don't worship Erastil. You're not one with the land. You're just here to cause problems.
Or solve them.
A couple of the constables come over and whisper to him, and he just nods, and they kind of stand either side of Tatia. You're under arrest, madam. Seems like you started this fight.
I beg to differ. Were you there?
Don't make it worse. Shopkeepers say you started it. You threw the first punch here.
Pardon me, sir, but she was acting in defense of...
Yeah, we'll sort that out later. I don't care what you've got to say. It isn't my place to sort this out. I'm just going to take your friend here up and put her somewhere quiet.
I think that this is something we should discuss, don't you?
No, doing my job, madam. Now come this way.
Where will
it
she
doesn't
be
seem
held?
like you're doing a very good job. You clearly did not investigate this. You didn't ask me at all what happened. You asked none of my friends anything. You're going based off of the word of your shopkeepers.
Yes.
Locals they trust. Mm-hmm. Can we accompany our compatriot?
You can. We're going up to the high home.
Okay.
Fine.
You are walked, one hand on your each shoulder up the hill. They do not restrain you in any way. They just kind of guide you up the hill.
So Kiernan's in full rogue analyze mode. I'm looking for weaknesses and defenses, like where the jail bars might be. Basically, scoping this place out to maybe do a breakout if they try to jail her or something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm smiling friendly as I...
Hi, I am Meatbag. I am Meatbag. 1010101.
Oh, Bits and Crits is saying. Bits and Crits is saying. Now we have a solution to our problem of a place to stay.
He's not wrong, actually. You do have a place to stay now.
Alexander, tell them the number 2. That way they know you're a human and not a robot.
2.
Hey, there are 10 people in this world. Ones that understand binary and ones that don't.
Oh, did 11? Where would all the calculators go?
Right. So you are escorted up the hill out of town towards the largest building here. It is a sprawling wooden lodge clinging to the northwest side of the brow of the hill. It looks like it's been here for quite some time, but it is well tended. There is smoke coming out of a number of gaps in the roof.
Like
they open the large doors. No, like there's a number of fire pits inside
so it's like a Viking longhouse kind of thing.
It is basically a longhouse, yes. They walk you inside. The interior is smoky and dark. Has high ceilings and large windows with stout shutters. At the end of the room, there is a kind of bedraggled-looking man. He's just kind of sitting, talking to a couple of children. He has a bow and some weapons on him. He kind of looks up as you come in and stands up to his full height.
Oh, 5'6" of them.
What do we have here? The constable kind of goes.
Are you
the constable goes, quiet, you. The constable steps forward and has a quick word with him. Brawling, is it?
I would say not so much Berlin as it was defense of ourselves, and nobody was injured in the process.
Uh-huh.
Almost the victims of a very, very irresponsible alchemist.
Are you the town judiciary?
I do that job for now.
Yes, well, I believe in order for that to be a crime, there has to be an injured party. No?
Are you some kind of legal expert on the laws here?
I mean, I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit, enough that you want to legally search my shit.
I mean, I can do what I like. I am one of the elders here. If I say we strip you naked and check out your insides, that's what happens.
I see you're into
The
some
laws are different depending on where you're at, and knowing the laws is what's important, as I'm sure you would agree, sir.
The hell does that mean?
Well, different areas have different laws, and what you
Right.
say goes.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So let's just work on the law of averages here, right? At which point is it okay to walk into any town and start a fist fight? Does that seem like the town where the laws are okay with that most of the time?
Yeah, so why isn't the woman with us? Because she grabbed me and tried to drag me away from my friends, and that's when my friends pushed her away.
You ever heard of something called consent?
Started a fist fight.
No, she was pushed away, and then she drank a bottle on her side that made her grow several feet and giant muscles, and so we subdued her, did not attack, because she grew like twice her size. She's not here. Why are we here?
Well, I know where she's going to be.
Did you know that she was
Where
going
is
to
she
be there
going
trying
to
to
be?
kidnap my friend?
I expect she'll be at her house by now.
Well, is she
She normally
okay?
She normally has a lie down after she takes her mutagen.
All right.
So are there many people in town that take mutagens and try to push around visitors, or should we be on our toes, or should we just leave?
I mean, I think most people in town would be happy if you did just leave. We don't really like visitors much here. We don't trust them all that much.
Well,
especially ones that come in and start fistfights in the street in front of children.
If you would like us to leave, I'd be happy to go. We just have one question, and that's if you know a place where we might be able to stay nearby.
There's no inns here. The only place you could stay is the High Home.
Where is that?
You're standing in it.
Oh, well, can we stay here tonight?
I mean, that's a bit of an ask, considering we're talking about your legal position.
What a better way to keep your eye on us, right?
I don't really want to do that. What's to stop me just throwing you out into the wasteland around Iadenve and closing the gate?
I could. Okay.
I'm sure there's robots and creatures and League followers out there that would be more than happy to fist fight with you.
I'm going to change tactics with the guy. I'll be like, oh yeah, we came through the wastes from Torch, and we destroyed a torture robot. Do you still have the parts laying around? We don't want that anymore. Do you want the parts? Maybe you could hang it on a pole outside your town too.
You didn't bring a robot in here, did you?
No, pieces. We destroyed it, of course. Our friend here, the grippli, his entire town was destroyed. His entire village was destroyed by a robot, and he's sworn eternal vengeance. Look at his helmet, for God's sake. Destroyed robot. Look at the char marks. Why are you interrupting me?
Pieces here.
Wait, your microphone is very soft.
Wait, you're making noise, and we can't quite hear you. Your mic's pretty soft.
We have nothing.
Still quite soft.
We do not have robot parts.
Well, he's wearing.
I'm pointing to Buligup's helmet, like the charred blaster holes and stuff like that. He uses a helmet. It's a piece of a robot. That's it.
We understand,
before you were talking about
we
that,
understand that robots exist and parts are needed. We use some of them ourselves, but we don't like technology here, not of any kind. It isn't the way.
So you don't like the inclined plane? And the pulley?
This is the way.
The wheel?
It's
Not
unnatural.
that kind of technology. You know what I mean? The stuff that comes from those places in the earth that
I
corrupts
have
this
friends with
land
foods.
with unnaturalness. Some things that were not meant to be here.
I will have you know that
Yes.
we recently eliminated one of those things from inside the earth.
What did you do? He smiles at you a little, and you realize his teeth are blood red.
Is that an indicator of some kind of drug use or herb use that we
His
might know?
actual teeth, his actual teeth are blood red. I have a
Tatia
picture.
says,
Oh.
wow, that's really cool. Where did you
Right,
get
but
that done? Or do
is that
they just
because-
come in that way?
Is that because he's some kind of druidic meth head or something? Like, would we know what would cause
Pins
that?
or
Also, his eyes are not quite right. You see him?
yes.
yeah.
Red
What
thing.
the fuck is this guy?
There he is.
Can I
Is
attempt
this
to
a-
identify what the heck that is?
Or maybe
You can. Craft alchemy, maybe?
I have a bit of that. 22.
It's possible some kind of, well, with your technology skills, it's potentially some kind of exposure to some kind of technological mutagen. Maybe. Or some kind of alchemical substance. It literally just, it seems to have just stained and changed him a little.
Like altered by nanites or something.
Possible. Not
You know-
necessarily true, but maybe.
You don't normally see men with red teeth and eyes like yours around.
No, you don't. But then not everybody lives in Iadenveigh, do they? We've seen a lot that can cause change here, and we don't like it. It's why we don't like technology and why we trust in Lord Erastil.
Well, if there is something plaguing your land that is causing change that you do not like, my friends and I are more than competent at handling problems. Perhaps we can help.
Why are you here? What do you want? I'm not going to put you in prison because we haven't got one.
You don't have a prison?
No, why would we? We're farmers.
Oh no, I mean, maybe if Farmer Bill gets drunk at night, loses a hand of poker, beats his wife, I don't know.
I mean, there's pathways to recompense, but we're not going to put someone in prison, have the society look after him. He's going to work like the rest.
Hold on. Who the fuck is calling me a sovereign citizen? How dare you? How
colonial law.
dare you?
Man, that's great. Cheers.
So, why are you here?
So we're. Well, we came here trying to understand. We come from Torch. We're trying to see about opening up, like, routes of trade,
Don't
raw
lie.
materials, and we can
Don't
supply
lie
you
to
with
me.
farming. But
Oh,
it's actually not a lie. It's not.
We make our own farm.
If
here.
we are lying, then what is the truth?
The truth is that you're a band of adventurers who have been helping Torch relight their flame, and you've recently got back from Scrapwall, and you're coming here for some reason I have yet to determine.
It sounds like somebody has eyes outside of this town.
I ain't stupid. I like to find out what's going on.
Do
Well,
you
you're a
have a crush on
person.
us?
So then if you know who we are and you don't want to kill us, it sounds like maybe you have some use for us.
I don't trust you. I don't think you're good news for this place.
Well, then what do you want us to do? Do you want us to get out of town?
I don't know yet. I don't know where.
Well, then while you're trying to make up your mind, do you want to give us a place to stay? I promise we will
You'll
not
be staying here, so you don't have to be like this. You don't have to
Thank
be
you for your
pushy.
hospitality.
We're not here to fight you or be aggressive to you. Just everybody here just hates the idea that you're here. Just start with that. Just assume that you're an inconvenience to everybody.
That's fine, and we will make sure that we are as little of an inconvenience as possible. Is there anything that we can do in our time here to make sure that happens?
I mean, ultimately, from what I've heard, you are a great inconvenience wherever you go, but...
Thank you so very much.
Fair.
But I do
one for
hear...
one, really.
Apparently you're really good at those pot shots, eh?
I do hear that the people of Torch, you did help them.
Yeah, we're one for one. We helped Torch out a lot, but Scrapwall, depends on how you look at it. We helped out.
Mm-hmm.
We may have murdered the mechanical god, these things.
Why are you here? Why come to Iadenve? We're a farming community. What are you looking for?
You know what you're looking for.
A farming community that might be built upon something much more sinister, that we're worried about your safety as well as the safety of the surrounding area.
Like what? That's crazy talk. I've heard it before. That's league talk.
League? Would you care to elaborate on what you mean? League, as in technic league.
Yes. There's something buried here. We've got to dig it out. We're going to annex Ayaden. That's league talk is what that is.
Oh, so you've
That
heard...
is... Tell us everything
who
about
told you that?
And when you talked to these people. When was this?
You interrogating me now?
I'm not, but I want to help you because those were the wrong people for that. Did you give them access to anything?
Do I look stupid to you?
I have to ask. I don't know. Maybe you had something to gain from it financially. I do not know.
Making
Maybe
it worse.
You already made a mistake, and that's why you don't want to make it again. I get it. I'm just trying to ask you questions because I'm not a dumbass.
We don't trust the League here.
Good.
We don't trust technology here. We live in the middle of nowhere.
How he feels about that as well?
To stay away from technology in general. Just the whole idea of things creeping out of these places in the ground. It ain't natural and it ain't right.
We respect that. Do you believe that?
The hell do you mean?
We respect that. We want to help you. We don't want to hurt you.
You
trust us. You don't have to. You can, but we can help you.
How are you going to help us? Are you offering to help?
Do you need help?
So, let's start at the beginning. If you want to help us, you want to be our friend.
Yes.
We'll be your friend. Why are you here? You think there's something buried under the town?
Possible,
yes.
or nearby.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Does the name Cassandra Lee mean anything to you?
No. Again, it sounds like League nonsense. What is it?
We found references to somebody called Cassandra Lee who possibly perished this way in this area several hundred years ago.
So you're looking for a several 100-year-old body.
Perhaps.
I mean, you do realize what happens to bodies after several 100 years, right?
It depends.
Depends. But things she have might be buried in the area or...
So you're looking for something she had with her?
Potentially.
Yes.
I
Research.
See. Why is this so difficult? I'm having to drag this out. Just tell me. It'll make it go easier. All right. I don't like you, and I don't trust you. I think we're going to have to test your sincerity to help this place. You're going to have to prove yourself that you aren't just brawlers in the street.
All right. Well,
We're
how do we
also
do that?
brawlers in the sheets.
Don't make me come down there, little bit.
Oh, you appreciate the good joke.
Maybe. All right. It's been hard to extend trust to outsiders here. We're a bit self-sufficient, and we've got no need of your trade and your lies, and we can take care of ourselves. It's safest, I'm sure you understand that just isolating ourselves and knowing who's who and what's what is safe here. I mean, nobody can move out of here, but, it's difficult to tell who you can rely on. But
Well, why can't you move out of here? Like, we're just looking to establish trade for, like, maybe food for George.
we don't accept trade. We don't
Okay.
need it. We
Like
don't
he said, he
listen.
does not trust other people. If they rely on themselves, they have less to worry about.
Right.
Sure.
It's not just me. It's the town itself. I'm trying to tell you. Don't lie to these people. Don't be like, we're here to establish trade routes, because they don't want that. They want to be left alone, and they aren't going to trust you out the gate. So I'm trying to help you by giving you an opportunity to prove you're trustworthy.
Then
Thank you,
I
sir.
feel like we are up to the challenge. Let us do it. We know that if we don't help, people will keep coming. People will keep bothering your town. If you don't want people to bother
Nobody
you,
really bothers us. We try to keep an eye on people. We don't have a nice hospitable inn they can stay at. We do make it difficult for people to come here and mess with us.
Yes, but I feel like with what we care to investigate, we are not going to be the last, but we are going to be the ones that have your best interest.
Are you saying the League's coming to look for this thing? Have you been less than... I did hear something about... a subscriber. Thank you.
Yay!
I did hear something about a spy over in Torch that you dealt with that was a League member. Do you want to tell me about that?
Sandville.
I don't know what he was called. All I know is that there was a League spy and you dealt with him.
Yes, he went with us under torch and was killed by a android cleric.
Okay, so how did you deal with him? How did you figure out he was a League spy?
We caught him spying on us, and he confessed.
Okay.
We actually had him divulge a bunch of sensitive information on the League and who he was basically working alone in Torch.
So what I'm asking here is, did the spy point you here and say the League were interested in Iadenve?
No.
Okay. So you got this information from somewhere else?
You'd like to know where we got that information.
I would. I'd like to know who's looking over here, because you didn't just pull it out of the sky. You clearly
Out of
found it
character?
from
I
somewhere.
don't remember.
It was... What?
It was in scrap wall in Kulgara's diary.
Yes, which I have in my haversack.
It was like, this feels like a pop quiz, and I did not bring my notes. Which is not true. I have my notes right here.
The evil robot god we destroyed in Scrapwall had told one of its clerics about Cassandra Lee having vanished up here, and he wished it investigated.
Aye. Well, okay. So then you came over here. So only people in Torch know you're coming this way, I assume. I mean, it was good. It was good you killed that spy, I suppose. I mean,
unless we have more people spying on us that we don't know of. That's always possible.
I just assume everybody's spying on you. You seem to be causing a bit of a wave around here.
We are not subtle.
Yeah, no. We're trying to stay ahead of the people with bad intentions.
Yes, we know about that. But anybody who can survive in Scrapwall and actually make an impact has clearly got some bad in them, I think.
Yeah, you
So-
made an impact.
Would you like some bad in you?
You're making a seduction attempt?
I mean, I'm not dumb.
So, what I'm going to suggest is you need to earn the trust of the Deadeye Council.
And how do you suggest that we do that?
Well, first, I'd like help solving a problem with one of our more colourful residents, shall we say. And second,
Yes.
there's an issue with a possible traitor that I think you might have some experience and be quite suited to handle.
Is it that potion drinking beach?
No.
When you say solve a problem with an individual, is that code for killing them?
No, I would prefer you didn't kill nobody if that's possible. I mean, well,
Hey, we're 0 for 1 in this town so far.
we aren't averse to what you would consider the cycles of nature here. We're quite used to that kind of thing. The whole strong versus the weak, the hard versus the soft, the brave versus the cowardly, the better equipped versus the lesser suited. So if something should happen where violence is required, we would not shirk from that as long as it was not the only option that you went in with.
As you
That's
could
wise.
see from our situation earlier, we are able to, even if it does come to violence, we don't necessarily resort to lethal violence.
I appreciate what you did. You could have killed that lady, and then they would have been in some serious problems. But Catty has issues. This place is tainted her.
I understand completely. That is what I knew, that something was up with her. I did not want her to. Clearly, she may have some addiction issues. I am not one to judge.
I know. We've been trying to get her off the stuff, but she keeps finding it. It's too easy to find around here.
I mean, the first step is that she has to admit she has a problem. That is step number 1. She
Yeah.
has
I saw
to
that
admit
written in
she
an
is
ancient code.
powerless.
She's unfortunately drawn to it because of her profession, which is a bit unfortunate. She's interested in figuring it out, and it leads to her sampling things she probably shouldn't.
I had an issue with an addiction, and our alchemist friend here, Alexander, was able to get me off of an addiction.
He doesn't look like an alchemist.
No, I'm a wizard. I know
Right.
a little bit of alchemy, but remove disease will typically cure such things.
Yes, we've tried that on her. The clerics have tried it. It's fine for a while, but she always goes back to the stuff.
As she tried coming to believe that a power greater than herself could restore her to sanity,
She is a sister of Erastil, like all of us here.
then is she willing to make the decision to turn
Are
her
you
will
reading
and
this off a
lives
list?
over to the
I see you reading this off a
The
list.
12 steps.
Dude, it's been a while since I've been to a meeting, okay?
Are we moving the story along, or are we helping Nick? I think we could do both. I think we're that good.
It
So-
sounds like her source is not singular and probably under her control, so we probably can't remove her source. But what
You said
assistance
this
can we
place-
provide the town of Ayadenve?
Yeah, you said this place has tainted her. Like, what's wrong with this place? It seems quite lovely and surreal and down to nature.
There's a place to the south that isn't quite as nice as the rest, let's say.
Perhaps like something evil is buried there?
The bog of eternal
Oh.
stench.
Something that is tainting the land?
There's a place south of the city called Badwater. Because
I don't
well,
recommend drinking the water there then.
no, the land there is bad. There's something there. It's Nobody goes there, but it is inside our walls. If you look off the top of here, you'll see down into it. It's just barren land. Nothing will grow.
So
The
you
water
need-
is tainted. That's where she's getting this, I suspect.
Shits.
Perhaps we can try and do something to untaint the water then. And
We've tried a lot of things over the years. Nothing seems to help. We just keep everybody out of there.
Torch cleaned up their water, but it did require some foul technology, I believe. So that would probably not be a good solution for you.
We don't need the water. We have clean water elsewhere. It's just that, clearly something is corrupt in that area. We just keep out of it. I mean, some of us, he kind of points to his face, have had some experiences with that area that we would rather forget.
Perhaps there is some type of Numerian fluid leak going into the water supply?
Don't understand what that means, but there's clearly something going on.
Oui. So if the creature Cassandra Lee that we seek is buried there, perhaps her rotting corpse is infecting the water.
I mean, I'm not an expert in this technology business, but I would think that unfeasible after a couple of 100 years. I mean, more likely something happened here that tainted the land, or I've seen some of these underground places. So.
We do also have experience with ghosts and spirits as well.
It's good to know. That's
ghosts,
helpful.
spirits, if maybe some type of ghost is causing the problem.
Or it could be radiation. There are some ways to remove.
Irrelevant. Bad water is something that we'll get to later, I think. But first, the task at hand. So there is a gentleman who lives on the north edge of town, and his name is Jervik. And he has few friends, and he's a bit, he's surly. He's had a hard time. He's had a lot of misfortune, and he is a little bit paranoid, shall we say. And he complains about monsters and mutants and bandits and metal men, all kinds of things interfering with his farming, to the point that he's become something of a joke, to be honest, locally. He's cried wolf a bit too much, shall we say. His latest complaint to the Deadeye Council, it sounded a little more plausible. Maybe 5 days ago, he came into town unusually sober and stated that there was something on his farm. And I meant to go out and check, but I got sidetracked with the rest of my responsibilities. So, I mean, he's got an established record of false alarms, so I thought, I'll get there, it'll be fine. But I haven't seen him in a little minute, so maybe it would be an opportunity for you to head that way and maybe check on him.
Did he perhaps say what was on his farm?
And what he said was that he had seen a monster in his orchard.
Any specific type of monster? Any description of the monster? I just would like to, just for our record, in case we need anything special to prepare.
I mean, there's a bunch of strange creatures walking around in the wastes. I should have given him more attention, but honestly, there's a monster every week from him, or a robot, or so. I mean, his farm is outside of the walls.
Well, just about to ask, yeah.
He has a problem with robots.
He's talked about robots.
He's told us there's metal men interfering with his farming.
Are they there now?
I don't think so. I think he said there was a monster. But I mean, there's mutants and all kinds of things out there that it could be. I mean, it may be nothing. It may be that there is no monster there at all. But it would be good if you could check out what's going on and see what's happening. And that would be a good ways to appease us, at least for the fist fighting, if nothing else. And then we could talk about the second task at some point. So if you'd like to set up over there, he kind of nods to one end by a fire. You can stay there on the benches. There's some blankets in that cabinet.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
I'm here if you need anything else. Just don't go roughing up the locals, okay?
That it?
Well, tell the locals not to try roughing up us as well.
So
Well.
should we prepare to depart in the morning then, or?
I would, well, I mean, you can go tonight if you want. It's up to you. I have no problems. It's a task I've assigned you, but I've left it a while. It's going to be light for an hour or two more, I would think.
I say let's go under the cover of darkness. Is there anything that we should, since the people in this town don't trust outsiders, is there anything that you recommend that we say to Jervig or show him that says that we're, trying to help him and on your orders or based on...
I would suggest understanding would be a good place to begin, and a pleasant and warm attitude, and you can tell him that Red Fang sent you.
Absolutely.
That would be you.
That would be me.
And would you care to share in some of our whiskey that we got from Torch? We're going to break out our foodstuffs, maybe try some?
No, I'm good. I don't eat meat and I don't drink.
Ah, fair choices.
The fuck? What kind of pussy doesn't eat meat or drink?
I know, right, Nick? Fuck that guy.
They probably didn't have their own druid in town.
As he has
guys like that are named something dumb like Nick.
Fucking pussies.
Oh, thank you, Megan.
So, what are you doing? He's giving you an area to go lie down in, or if you wish.
Perhaps
I'd like to go tonight when it's dark, because lots of advantages.
a man's life may be on the line if there are monsters, so I think it is probably prudent that we go and check on him as soon as possible.
All right, I've only expended one spell.
I mean, I see no problem if we want to go check it out. If there's a couple hours of daylight left, it's possible that we may see him encounter one of his creatures. Tatia does big air quotes.
I wouldn't use air quotes for any kind of monster or creature, given the land we live in.
What, you mean the land we live in? You mean
like insert the thing here? It could be a creature. It could be a robot. It could be fucking imagination. We have no idea.
Because we have assholes on Twitch that kind of do the random encounter thing for us all the time. So.
Hey,
Only
you
once
could
per
have dealt
session,
with
though.
that in 1,000 different ways.
I love it. I love all of it.
All
Well,
right.
our lightning bolter probably would make her go.
So she
Tatia
wasn't what was rolled. Two very odd things were rolled, and I had to pivot.
Tatia sets herself up a little pad on the floor and says, all right, I'm ready to go whenever y'all are.
I think Aaron would like to know, the one who purchased it, would like to know, what did I actually roll?
What did you actually roll? You
Actually,
actually
it
rolled.
was like a 26 and a...
Yeah, I know what you rolled. You actually rolled 1d4 blood brushes, which are a plant creature, and 1d6 mannequin robots.
Ooh.
So I pivoted up from mannequin robots and went with 1 Numerian fluid scavenger.
Interesting.
The blood brushes.
I think the robots could have helped our position in the town.
Yeah, but they would be inappropriate to be in the town was the problem.
True story, unless they're...
And blood brushes are like a small plant creature that didn't really make sense to be in the middle of a town. So
Vampire veggie pygmies.
I gave you a drug-addicted alchemist instead.
It was great. I loved it.
Yes. I mean, she's a fairly reasonable level alchemist, too, from the stats, so...
So we are departing for Jervik's farm tonight, then, I guess?
Sounds like it.
Kiernan wants
Yes.
Are you
Well,
taking that?
this late afternoon.
Are you taking the horses, or are you not taking the horses?
Well, I guess it depends how far. It says it's outside of the wall, so how far?
It is outside the wall.
Oh yeah, fuck it, let's ride the horses. Woo!
Oh, remember you only have 4 horses and there's 5 of you?
Or 2 horses, 2 mules.
Right.
I could create a phantom steed, or I could walk if we're not going to gallop, since I don't get tired.
You could walk. Oh God, stop the horse noising.
No, it was fun.
It's an African or European horse.
What's going on with that? Oh, kill the aura.
Hal's like, don't you appropriate my culture? Monty Python's mine.
From what I'm learning from my ancestors, it's mine too.
Oh, awesome.
Although I don't know, we're like as OG as it gets. We got over here in like the 1600s.
Yes, but did you come over in... Well, never mind.
We swam.
I swear.
We were really good swimmers.
Okay.
There's indenture, there's...
Matter of fact, I found out that my great-grandfather Hammond times 11 was an expert Olympic level backstroker. Not true.
Look at you with the interesting family.
Although I did find out that one of them was a clother in England.
A clothier.
A clothier?
Hmm.
Yes, they make clothes. Hammond.
Oh, haberdasher. Oh,
That's
okay.
better than... I come from a long family of servants.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the Dukes come from, but...
I'm going to say, I think there's a blacksmith in there somewhere back there, but most of them are servants.
Well, how far back? The furthest I can get right now is like 1600s, 1500s.
Yeah, going any earlier is really hard.
really
Mine
cool
were sailors and shipwrights. Old Viking shipwrights.
I have problems with the fact that half of my family on my dad's side is from Ireland, and a lot of the records are difficult to trace there.
That makes sense.
I don't know if I want to look up some of my family. I've heard stories.
Could they be true?
Yes.
I'm sure Wit could start you a tree, seeing as she's paying for the subscription.
I could pretend that you're part of my family.
You don't have,
do
you
that.
just start another
How it
tree,
is.
don't you?
Yeah, just put it on there. Just start a tree for Nick TV.
Well, no, you just start.
Side.
You just start a new tree. It doesn't have. You can do multiple trees.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Because I started Leah's.
Ooh.
Just
Yeah.
find-
Leah's mother's family has the strangest surname.
What is it?
It's Bump.
Bump. Bump.
It's pretty terrible.
They're from Jamaica. They're from Jamaica, obviously.
Apparently, the Bumps come from Minnesota.
What part?
I don't know.
Scandinavian Lutherans?
I don't know. The
God.
Bumps, which is pretty interesting.
That's
So,
amazing.
do you want to proceed there now, or do you want to call it at this point? Did somebody say they were short? They're running short today? Well, that was me, because Leah's going flying tomorrow and doesn't want to leave late because she's flying a warbird in the morning.
Oh, nice.
Warbird.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
I noticed I wasn't invited.
Right? I'm only going because it's on the west side, and I'm going to see my folks for lunch. So
Okay.
Cool.
it's not very. She's not flying the warbird. She's flying in a warbird. So somebody else is piloting the warbird.
So she's riding.
Correct.
Nice.
I mean, she's flying in it.
Yeah, is it, when you walk up to the plane, you yell, shotgun! I mean, you get to hop in where you want.
I imagine she's going to be in the front of the 2 seats.
Who's she going with?
Isn't that where the propeller goes?
I don't know, some guy, I suppose, or some lady who flies this warbird. I don't know.
If it was like her instructor or something.
Oh, no. It's some kind of historical thing where they keep these things and you can go flying in them.
Rad!
When my son went for the aviation merit badge for scouts, he had one of the Tuskegee Airmen take them up, and there was about 2 Girl Scouts in the back of the plane, and the son were in the front of the plane, and then they're like flying around, and all of a sudden the pilot goes, "Hey, take the wheel," and he just sits back with his hands behind his head. My son's like, "What the fuck?" Okay. He takes it. He's like flying the plane. He panned around the airport, with his direction. My son was like freaked out, but then like, this is the greatest time of my entire life. He still talks about it to this day. So I think, unfortunately, he probably has an expensive habit now where he's probably going to want to buy a plane like Leah, right?
Leah does want to buy a plane.
When
All
she
right,
buys
so-
the plane.
I don't know yet. She doesn't know yet.
Well, she got that giant Harley Davidson Hog motorcycle, right?
Oh yeah, that gigantic bike. Her little
It
put
maxes
scooter.
out at like, what, 35 miles an hour?
I think it can go at like 60.
Downhill. Yeah.
Hey, that's a warbird in Delhi, man. Mumbai, you go crank it down the street.
She does like riding around on it, so it's not too terrible.
Dude, those Super Cubs are nice. Like
Yeah, she likes it. It's like red, white, and blue, and she's having to change the battery out because it was sat in somebody's storage and the batteries died. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, so
So
And obviously
not
with
it's
batteries that small, they come with the chemicals not integrated, so she has to prime the battery before it goes into the thing and all of that stuff. So
And you guys had everything freeze this winter too, so surely.
Yeah, good times. Good night, wild one, Izzy.
Do you want to go? So do you want to go ahead and call it there then?
Yeah, it's a good place.
break
I mean,
time.
you're about to end up at a farm and doing some stuff, so it could take a little while. So, yes,
Cool.
let's call it there.
Works
right.
for me.
All right, kids.
Yeah.
Visit the website, visit the Twitter, visit the Twitch,
Woo.
visit the Discord. This is the Twitch. The hell am I talking about? Visit the YouTube. There's lots of shit on there too. Visit the Patreon. All that money, give it to us. All of it. All that money.
Yay.
Hey, there
Look
is
out
an
this week.
unlimited number of there's an unlimited number of MP3s of all different game systems, games from your childhood, recent ones.
It did feel like an unlimited number when I was migrating it. I'm not going to lie. It just seemed like it never ended.
But it is finite.
It is. There is an end to it. It's somewhere in the low thousands, but there is an end. I think we
Bigger than
figured
any
out.
other
I
site.
think last time we counted it, if you started listening, it would take you, was it 4 months and change to get through it all or something without stopping?
24/7.
Something like that.
Is that what we determined?
It's a stupid thing. I'll have to count it again. Thing has to do- thing has
you
to do
lazy
di-
piece of shit.
No, he has to do like. It's really awkward how it stores the timestamps in the database.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
hard to-
string.
I don't know. Thing understands it better than me. It's not good.
Yeah, it's all embedded in blocks of text, and some of it's in seconds, some of it's in hours and minutes, some of it's in other counting formats.
Which is weird. Yeah, which is weird.
I blame the British with metrics.
Hey, we just put it into the app, and the actual plugin does that. So yeah, the plugin itself is fine, and it makes the feed pretty well, but getting data out of the backside of it doesn't seem to be the easiest thing, which is bad because I would like a count on the site to say we have this many audio recordings totaling. That's a very nice crown that glows there, Whit.
Someone had a birthday.
Right. Happy birthday, Whit.
So
I had
I'm
trouble
guessing we
getting
get no
out of my
experience for not
backside.
killing the.
I'll give you experience for her. I have no problem with that. I mean, you did encounter her, and she was purchased for you as an encounter. So let me see here. Numerian Fluid Scavenger. I will give you her full experience. She was a challenge rating 6 creature, 2,400 XP.
2,400 XP total.
600 each.
Sweet,
think-
thank you.
So what's our total thing? Because Evan may not have updated my form before.
38,004.
Look at all that experience. I bet the other group wishes they had 38,000 experience.
In 5e, that would make you like what, a demigod level or something.
We only need 13,000 more each to.
I'm sure we can find a way to get them more experience randomly.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Randomly.
I will draw up a table for where they currently are, and it's going to have Illithids on it.
Oh, can it have Vampire Kender?
No, because they suck.
They do. They suck, literally.
Vampiric Illithid.
Imperial.
Oh, also, everyone, look out for Wit's wonderful reviews of stuff that should be hitting the internet at any point.
Yeah.
Once I finish editing them.
I'm going to give my shitty, uneducated reviews on awesome movies. Like,
are you?
Yeah.
Think of it as Wit's Mystery Science Theater 3000, y'all.
I mean, so far we've seen 1. I'm looking forward to seeing 2, and then 3, and then it's a series.
But the one was Zardoz.
Right, and the next one is Hawk the Slayer. I'm looking forward to Hawk the Slayer, but you buggers, if you actually watch it as a watch party, no influencing her opinion. I want it to be pure, like, unadulterated Whitney reaction.
Hawk the Slayer is pretty good.
There, see, that's influencing.
Jack Palance is a good villain.
Pick up the gun.
Oh, villain. Now you're choosing sides.
All right. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
You're listening to the smooth sound of RPGMP3.com. Dungeon on.